Chum, 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 chum. Chum, 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 chum. A ver qué hay en la jarra. Nada. ¿Cómo es posible? ¿Qué tenés para decirme, vieja? ¿Y qué carajo tenés en la cabeza?
Hello, young one. My name is Kwan, but everyone calls me Old Mother Kwan. I'd like you to call me that too, okay?
Yo te voy a decir vieja cabeza de cacerola.
Welcome to my tea house. Oh, that's not right. No, not anymore. Sorry about the confusion, dearie. What I meant to say was, welcome to Master Dutong's tea house.
¿Qué haces aquí?
Oh, I steep the tea and help clean the tables when Yanwan gets too busy. Pretty much what I used to do back when I owned the place.
Antes eras la propietaria de esta casa de té.
Yes, I owned the tea house for many years. At least I thought I did. But then Master Dutong came to town with that imperial writ. Oh my, wasn't that a shock?
Me parece que te la metieron con queso.
Turns out his family owns this land. They have for hundreds of years. The land is his along with everything on it, so now he owns my tea house too. He was nice enough to let me stay on here as a helper. I steep the tea. Yanwan takes the orders, and Master Dutong, well, he mostly just drinks his wine.
Al grano, vieja. ¿Has comprobado que los documentos sean auténticos?
Now, why would I do such a thing? I can't even imagine anyone being so horrible they'd forge an imperial writ. No, I'm sure the land belongs to Master Dutong.
Ah, vieja, estas lubrias. Cuando construiste este sitio, ¿no sabías que era el propietario de la tierra?
No one knew. This was just an empty patch of rock for hundreds of years. Who would have thought the Empire had deeded it to anyone? But Master Dutong came along with his writ.
Creo que voy a hablar con esto, con Dutang.
That is very nice of you, my child, but what could you do? I would love to have my tea house back, but it belongs to Master Dutong now. You can't argue with an imperial writ.
Ah, yo puedo
All
discutir.
this talk is just the rambling of an old woman. Put it out of your head and enjoy yourself. It may not be mine anymore, but this is still a fine tea house.
Muy pronto será mía. Vieja tonta. ¿Y tú qué me ves?
Hello, greetings, welcome. My name is Steeper Yanru, and I'll be... No, that's not right at all. Idiot! I'm Barkeep Yanru now, not Steeper Yanru. I'm sorry about that. I still can't get the hang of this new position. Sometimes I wish Old Mother Kwan still owned the tea house so things could go back to the way they were.
La casa de té ha cambiado de dueño recientemente.
Old Mother Kwan used to run the place until Dutong bought it. Well, buy isn't quite right. It's complicated. Talk to Mother Kwan if you want the whole story.
Ya lo he hecho.
I used to steep the tea here. They called me Steeper Yanru. But now Dutong says I'm gonna be the new barkeep. I'll have to give out advice and wine in equal doses.
Quiero hablar de Dutang y de su decreto imperial.
That imperial writ has caused us no amount of grief. Mother Kwan lost her tea house. Waitress Yanwan is busier than ever, and I spend all day giving out foolish advice.
¿Alguien ha visto el documento?
Mother Kwan saw it, though her eyes aren't too good. Most of us didn't bother to give it a look since hardly anyone in the town can read anyway.
Creo que ese documento es una falsificación.
What? You mean it wasn't real? That means Mother Kwan should still own the tea house.
Ajá.
Problem is, Dutong's already shown everyone the writ and now he's got it locked away. If you're right, he'd never bring it out again. There's no way to prove he cheated Mother Kwan.
Siempre hay una forma. Quizá podría ser que Dutang confesara.
That might work. It would probably help if you get him drunk first. That's something I can help you with. Dutong's always having me send over wine. Usually I mix it with water so he doesn't get too drunk too fast, but I could start sending it to him unmixed.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Alguna especie de misión secundaria? Pero no lo emborraches tanto como para dejarlo inconsciente.
Don't worry about that. He never passes out no matter how much he drinks. Actually, he usually goes through 3 stages of drunkenness. Dutong gets very friendly when he starts to drink. You might get a confession out of him then, but I doubt it. He's not really all that drunk at that stage. Usually after about 7 bowls, he slips into depression and sorrow. He complains about how his life is worthless and what a bad and sinful man he is. Not a pretty sight. By the 9th glass, he starts to get paranoid. You can't really talk to him then. Usually around that time, I try to slip a restorative potion into his glass to sober him up.
¿Puedes hacer que vuelva a estar sobrio?
The restorative tastes pretty foul, but it does the job. Works instantly and makes a man sober as an imperial judge. Dutong's guard keeps a vial handy at all times, just in case. The guard gave me a few vials so I could slip them into Dutong's wine when he starts to get paranoid. Keeps him from getting out of hand.
Vamos a mandarle a Dutong algo de beber.
No problem. We have 2 sorts of wine here. Peasant's wine and Imperial seasoned spirits. The peasant's wine is pretty weak, but that's usually what Dutong drinks. The Imperial seasoned spirits are a lot stronger. 1 bowl of that is worth 3 bowls of peasant's wine. And if Dutong gets too drunk, I have the restorative to sober him up.
Dale un licor imperial añejo.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you?
Más licor imperial añejo.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you?
Y mándale uno de campesino.
1 drink for Master Dutong coming up. Anything else I can do for you? Good, good. Go speak to Dutong. If he's not drunk enough, or if he's too drunk, come back and see me and I'll mix him up another drink. We'll get him to admit he's a cheat and a sneak. Then old Mother Quan will be back in charge, and I won't ever have to give out another bit of bad advice.
Vamos a hablar con este imbécil. Hola, Dutong. ¿Puedes mantener el equilibrio ahí? Hablemos.
What do you want? You come to mock me? Come to laugh at the tragedy that is the life of 3 Sheets Dutong?
Vamos a hablar de ese documento que le has enseñado a la Madre Quan.
No, not the writ. Let's not talk about that. It's my secret shame. The thought of that writ brings tears to my eyes. It tears at my poor, miserable soul.
Confiesa. Gusano, cuéntame la verdad acerca de ese documento.
Yes, I'm a worm. A filthy snake. I'm a worthless, wretched worm. Oh, I'm a despicable person. A bad, bad man. The writ, it's a fake. A forgery. I made it all up!
Buzz, what are you saying? I better sober you up.
Tú no te metes. ¿Eh?
God, oh, I hate that restorative potion. Oh, that stuff tastes like vomit baked in a glaze of goat hair and garnished with a sprinkling of horse dung.
Eso fue muy específico.
And now I have the strangest memory, as if oh no, did I say anything to you, stranger?
Es
Anything about,
posible.
oh, I don't know, an imperial writ?
Sí, me dijiste que era falso.
What? No, I never said any such thing.
I heard what you said, Dutong. I knew you cheated Mother Quan out of this place, and now we have proof. You can't get out of this now.
Ah, I see what you're after. Oh yes, 3 Sheets Dutong was not born yesterday, or the day before that. Indeed, we are speaking the language of commerce.
¿Eh?
I will give you a great deal of silver to keep this little secret from getting out. Lots of silver for both of you. Keep quiet about this.
¿Cuánto estamos hablando?
I don't know, Dutong. Could really use the silver, but Mother Quan is such a nice old lady, I'm just not sure what to do.
Me desagradas. No vamos a vender a Mother Quan.
Right, of course. What was I thinking? Old Mother Kwan's a good woman. She deserves to have her tea house back.
Dáselo a la vieja que está lurias.
Boss, people aren't gonna like us when they find out what you did. Maybe we should get out of here.
That's the smartest thing you've said since I hired you. Let's go.
Well done. It'll be nice to have Old Mother back in charge again. You should tell Mother Kwan she got her tea house back. Now things can go back to the way they were.
I knew you would make the right choice. We share the same master, and he taught us both well.
Necesito los puntos de experiencia. Vieja. Vale.
Hello again, dearie. I hope you're having a nice time here in in Master Dutong's tea house.
El documento de Dutong era una falsificación.
A forgery, are you certain?
Dutong ha confesado. La casa de té vuelve a ser tuya.
That scoundrel! No wonder he left here so fast. Cheating an old woman out of her hard-earned living. The very nerve.
Dame dinero. Ahora.
People, listen to me. Master Dutong has left. This brave young lady exposed him for the fraud that he was. The tea house is mine again.
Dinero.
Hooray for Mother Kwan! Her tea house is back in business.
You've given me back the only thing I ever cared about. And you've done a service for this town, too. I'm going to turn this place back into a respectable quality tea house.
Lo que tú digas. Solo recuerda que me debes una, vieja.
I don't have much. The only reward I can offer is my humble thanks.
Maldita sea.
And a promise that you will always be welcome.
Tuve que haber aceptado el dinero de Dutong. Maldición. Mil de experiencia. Ok. Vos me vas a dar algo, ¿no?
Praise the Emperor. Old Mother
Dios.
Kwan is back in charge, and I'm back steeping tea where I belong. No.
Lo que vos digas. ¿Alguien más? ¿Alguna misión secundaria? ¿Algo de utilidad? ¿Ustedes acá tan tranquilitos? No, como ya hablé, tenés muchas cosas que decir, no me interesa. Subamos al segundo piso. ¿Y este? ¿Y esta? Chamwang.
Everything is right.
Lo que vos digas. Rude.
I may be drunk, but that doesn't mean I am a drunk, because I'm not. Well, just a little bit. But I'm brave, too. I'm going to go close the Great Dam and save the town.
Y tráeme el amuleto ya que estés.
I'll be a hero. That'll show them. Well, that'll show them all. I just need another drink to get my courage up. Wine! Someone bring me more wine!
You've been saying that for 3 days, Rue. Minister Shang's already looking for other people to close the dam, and you'll look a fool after all your boasts.
I doubt that man could open a door, never mind a dam.
¿Y estos? ¿Qué tú qué? No me vean. Los mato. Clap Clash. Dame Clap Clash. Maldito seas.
Vos ansias no go poco.
Por tu aspecto no se diría que pases hambre.
Pakeni wa kawane ya.
Ni wupa ia kupusa ia awat kraka ia nano uksaro isowak mikano wo napiat shathya uko. Piat shathya kraka ia nano uksaro wo nofatase ia.
Tal vez seas mal cocinero sencillamente.
Wo nova ia sususatia son sifonia sonsi ifo. Vosso awi ia mi tu uksum puno. Piat shathya kraka ia nano uksaro wo nofatase ia. Wasrafno sositu no ko otra napia ifaria ok.
No me da miedo una pequeña indigestión.
Kutkosi wiwa ya wonohia ifaria oka wikino. Wonoa sususatia son sifonia sonsi ifo.
Ah, no sé si tengo 300 monedas. ¿Verdad? Pesita.
Niwupa kupusa elwath nano
Espacio personal.
Suwak mikano wonapia shatia uko. Wonoa sususatia son sifonia sonsi ifo.
Tiburón. Sí, esas cosas son las que comen ustedes. Pondré a prueba mi constitución física con el corazón de oso asador.
Ya. Wowo ya kukwania sinya ia.
Qué rico.
Ya shatia kraka nano uksaro no fatasi. Noko wo ifawia o kun one wipifia.
Dame la sopa de ojo de águila.
Kutkosi wiwa ya wo nohia ifawia o ka wikino. Wasrafno sositu no ko otra napia ifaria ok.
Te quedaste sin voz, ¿verdad? No, coger la cruz, muy bien. Quiero probar una de esas vejigas. Qué rica.
Sosawa wa tasi no ni nano yotra napia kutkosi wiwa ya wo nohia ifawia o ka wikino. Tofaria wo saya wo koko kapikita wo saya sawa fonia ak.
Cuéntame más. Podría interesarme.
Oknikofia apania sasa tatasi no ni nano yo wea sonsi ya wo yo wea. Piershat ukni.
Ay, Dios, más monedas de oro, la puta madre, no tengo.
Wokuketita sumpono, sukokot awokatia, wonofatasea.
Maldito seas, gordo. Toma otras 300 monedas, déjame probarlo.
Ya. Wowo ya, kukwania sinya ia. Ikakakia wo nokakia ya, wo shafia oko uki ya ayayuya wa.
Dame el premio, gordo, dame el premio.
Ni wo sosawa ya wa, tasi no ni nano yotra napia ifaria ok.
Es necesario que te acerques tanto. Ha resultado menos doloroso que los otros platos. Deberías probarlo.
Sisa ya akawayo kupfaia wo, tuko utro. Wo mikawane ya, ivankeithi.
Prueba tus malditas porquerías.
Osa wawi ya napato wite ya ivankeithi.
Registrar tu cadáver, estúpido gordo. Crédule. Gracias por la experiencia y por tus porquerías. Carajos eso. Primero habla con este. Yuyan el bondadoso.
Can't you just leave an old man in peace?
Hablaré con quien crea conveniente.
Why are you bothering me? I've done nothing to you. I'm just a tired old man trying to drink his tea.
¿Quién eres?
I'm nobody important. Nobody at all. And I have nothing to say to you.
Dame una misión secundaria o te pongo pinta. Adiós.
Just leave me alone.
¿Qué carajo es eso? ¡Monstruo! ¡Un ogro!
Leave Zhang alone.
Zhang,
You can't stay up here forever. This isn't your home. You need to come back with me to the farm.
No. Zhang not want to go home. Zhang doesn't want to see Ox.
It wasn't your fault. It was an accident. I need you back at the farm. Now let's go, Zhang.
¿Qué demonios sucede aquí?
Leave Zhang alone, or Zhang get angry and smash things.
No. Please don't, Zhang. I'll just go over here and leave you alone. What? Oh, hello there. Don't let Zhang bother you. He's really quite harmless. He's just a little upset.
¿Por qué hay un maldito ogro en un lugar público como este estúpido viejo? ¿Qué haces con un ogro?
Zhang is no ordinary ogre. He is, despite his simple nature, very skilled. I am Dongping, Zhang's employer. Zhang works on my farm, but the other day he accidentally killed one of my oxen. And since then he has refused to come back.
Es peligroso, hay que matarlo.
Some of the patrons here are unnerved by his size. I'm worried that if he doesn't leave with me soon, the owners may take matters into their own hands. If he gets hurt, or worse, I'll be ruined. I can't run the farm without him, but I don't know what else to do. He won't listen to me.
Hazte un lado. Me aseguraré de que se vaya.
You will? I must warn you. Zhang is, well, he's very strong-willed and very strong. I am grateful for your help, but please, be careful.
Sí.
Zhang the ox carrier came by his name honestly. I would hate to see him hurt you, or anybody else for that matter. Speak softly to him, and you should be okay.
Le voy a dar con mis garritas. Estúpido ser.
Go away. Zhang not want to speak to you.
¿Eh? Vete de aquí, Zhang, o te echo.
Zhang not want to go. Zhang think you should go before Zhang get angry. Zhang not mean to kill Ox, but will mean to kill you if you make Zhang mad.
Basta de juego, Zhang. Es hora de irse y de correr esta maldita flechita de mi rostro.
Zhang no play game. Leave Zhang alone or Zhang will crush you. I will throw you and drop you on your head like I did to Ox.
Aunque la verdad es que no me acuerdo de los controles.
Zhang killed a friend and now Zhang is bad.
Tu estúpida vaca me trae sin cuidado.
Ox not dumb. Ox was smart. Ox's brother is dumb. But now Ox has no sister. Zhang is very bad.
Oh, yo también soy muy mala, Zhang. Esta es tu oportunidad de volver a la granja sin una pierna rota. No la dejes pasar.
I will go. I don't want to fight anymore.
Ogro cobarde.
You have been nice to Zhang. Zhang liked you. Zhang hope you have good day.
Zhang es algo lento.
Thank you so much. I was at my wit's end. You've done me a great service today.
Dinero
Come, Zhang.
y experiencia, viejo.
Zhang coming. Zhang go home now.
Thank you for convincing that poor ogre to leave. Such a sad story, really.
Dame plata,
He
vieja.
certainly seemed harmless enough, but the customers were leery of him. Here, this is a little something to thank you for your help.
Shaoru.
Do you mind? I'm in no mood for company given my present state of despondency.
Todos son bastante imbéciles aquí. ¿Pasa algo?
I am at the stage of my life in which I long for companionship. A wife with intellect and refinement comparable but just slightly inferior to my own. Unfortunately, this town presents scant opportunity for a suitable match. Seamstresses, barmaids, peasants. I may as well marry the harlots selling themselves in the street.
Eres un pedante de narices.
Your jibes, Canary, prick the armor of my pride. They are blunted barbs forged by the sputtering flames of your lesser intellect. Farewell. Perhaps we shall speak again if you ever tire of the braying and neighing of these barnyard animals.
Parroquiana. Marinero. Acá no hay nada más. Nos vamos afuera. A ver quién más tiene fascinantes historias que contarme y mucha platita que darme. La leyenda del lugar afirma que Descanso de Tien es la cuna del imperio, pero no es la única localidad que reivindica dicho origen. Ah, qué carajo. Tenía una misión más que hacer de la tipa esa de ahí. Vamos a ver si está por acá. ¿Eh? Ah, acabo de comerme una pantalla de carga juego. No me hagas la gran Unreal 2. Mierda. ¿Eh?
Well, this has already become an educational trip. From what you discussed with Hui, it would seem we are indeed tied to important events.
I have concerns as well. Hui convinced me that your master is the glorious strategist. Tell me, Dawnstar, what are your earliest memories with him?
Your question would be better directed at his favorite student. She was at the school for 3 years before I arrived.
Pero quiere flirtear con vos, este. Sí, Shu, está muy claro que me merezco más tu atención. Ella es un ser inferior, una versión inferior de mí. Yo soy mejor mujer.
We'll focus on you quite a bit by the time we are done, given the spirit monk connection. But I asked Dawnstar what she remembers.
Ah, eres un perro faldero.
The only thing I know about my life before coming to the school is that I was not wanted. Probably because of the bad omens I was born under.
Bad omens? What makes you think that? You said you don't know anything.
I know because of my name. It's one of the few details Master Li was told. I was named for a red glow opposite the morning sun, like a distant fire.
Su, ¿estás intentando decir que también estabas en Alianza?
No. No one besides you has a claim to surviving the dirge attack. Don't worry, you are safe on your pedestal.
Me estás empezando a caer
It's
pesada.
fine, but that just confirms my thoughts about being born under a bad omen. What could be worse than this attack on Dirge and the Water Dragon?
If that is the most troubling thing you learn about your birth, consider yourself lucky.
Tú y tu peinado ridículo. Ven aquí, inútil. Vamos a fijarnos por acá. A ver si está el panadero ese. O algo. ¿Eh? No, no quiero ir a la zona de la presa. ¿Hay algo acá? Además de estúpidas cabras. No. ¿Por qué tienes un marcador en la cabeza? ¿Qué crees?
Is there anything you need?
Uf.
No, I didn't have anything pressing on that strange enemy.
No tienes nada para decirme, mujer. ¿Para qué carajo me ponen una marquita en la cabeza? Este juego está loco. Bien, sigamos investigando este pueblucho. A ver, que no me... Vamos a ir acá abajo. Tú tienes un nombre propio, a ver.
Welcome, stranger! Welcome to beautiful Tien's Landing. Isn't it a glorious day? Oh, I know. People complain and grumble, but honestly, I think they're overreacting. Things can't be that bad, right? After all, you're here. If the town was truly doomed, would we still be getting visitors? Ha, I think not.
¿Y tú quieres macriste?
In fact, I think your presence here is a sure sign that things are looking up. Soon, all our problems will be solved. It's just like I kept saying.
Encuentro tu optimismo perturbador.
Huh, you're not the only one. All over town, people keep saying to me, Li Shun, why are you so happy? Can't you see how bad things are? But it's just a matter of perspective. Things will get better, they always do. It's like my father used to say, the greater the problem, the greater the solution. I'm sure it'll all work out.
Creo que te niegas a ver la realidad.
Denial? Preposterous! Sure, half the people have moved away, and those who stayed have mostly given up hope, and the entire town is running out of food and silver. But does my optimism mean I'm in denial? Of course not! I mean, none of the buildings are on fire, right? See? Something good. Just like that, right off the top of my head. I admit that some see our Imperial Minister Shang as, well, not entirely competent or capable of dealing with our problems. But somehow things will work out. They always do.
Tú te estás dando con opio, ¿no? Quiero hablar de otra cosa.
Of course, of course. I will gladly converse on any number of topics. It's a fine way to pass the time on such a beautiful day.
Mejor no.
Enjoy your stay at
Vete
wonderful
al
Tien's
diablo,
Landing, where
optimista de
things
los
are never as
cojones.
bad as they seem.
Maldito, no tiene misiones secundarias para dar. Tú, Chumín.
Hello, and welcome to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I'm afraid I don't have any woodwork items ready right now. My inventory's a bit understocked.
¿Quién eres?
I'm Chuman the Craftsman. Nobody important, just a simple merchant of fine woodwork items. A merchant who may not be in business much longer, I'm afraid. There are several customers who owe me money, but with the dam open, times are hard. I can't expect them to pay me when they can't even feed their families.
¿Quiénes son?
And if they don't pay me, I can't afford the raw materials to make my woodwork. It's a difficult situation, but I'm trying to make the best of it.
Podría echarte una mano con esas deudas.
No, that won't be necessary. I don't want to cause any trouble for my customers. I'm sure they'll pay me eventually. At least, I hope so.
Tus clientes se aprovechan de ti.
You might be right. I'm a fine craftsman, but I'm not much for business. I extend credit too easily, and then I can't bring myself to collect. It's just not in my nature.
Me marcho.
Farewell.
Tú eres el pescador, el panadero, lo que sea. No, es un pescador. Así que Estrella del Alba, tienes un romance secreto con Zul Sagaz. Me ignora a mí, que poseo belleza más allá de la imaginación, mujer. ¿Cómo te atreves? A un lado, niña. ¿Dónde mierda está ese tipo? ¡Ta madre! ¿Acá? No, acá no hay nadie.
Yukutnik kunk unosa. Ikirnik tinepiru uiferek uksun puno.
You taught me much, Jian, but the most valuable lessons were learning where you were wrong. 17th square of the Lion, if you please.
Wotowir ukawana ir usoana da hoki. Niato nonapadi irovir.
You are being rude, Jian. We have a guest. Let us place the game on hold a moment.
¿Qué demonios están haciendo?
Tawi ir kawana ir sonir ipoki.
¿Qué tipo de entrenamiento podéis ofrecer?
Do not be so hasty, Jian. You did not turn me aside all those years ago.
Nararo, na pirapirni, niktakatashi.
¿Qué estáis haciendo exactamente?
Wanakapir sari awaf, van sier surufus isinosaurus usuno.
Surely you know of Yi, the capturing game? Played on a board of 19 rows and columns, the black and white pieces capture territory for their player.
Suena muy aburrida.
Ikirnik tinepiru, uiferek uksun puno.
Tengo algunas preguntas sobre Descanso de Tien.
Niato nonapadi irovir. Uni uknawata ir.
Me agrada el viejo, me hace acordar al viejo chivo.
Forgive him. Had my former master bothered to remember his manners, he might have told you that we are not from Tien's Landing. We know little of the events here.
Déjale que siga ahí jugando.
He on the Iron Fist isn't honestly going to let this one walk away, is he? If you don't say anything, then I will, you old goat. I too see strength, but also the capacity for understanding the world and your place in it. You could prove an interesting pupil.
¿A dónde queréis llegar? No, esta es una mejor respuesta. No necesito esta aprobación. No tengo por qué demostrar mis méritos.
He would like nothing more than to have you as a student. But show me that you walk the way of the open palm, and I will teach you the mysteries of Stone Immortal.
¿Qué es todas esas tonterías sobre... Sí, que te digan. ¿Y este que está parado acá qué?
Hey, Baker Bay.
Al fin te estaba buscando, imbécil, hombre.
Away. I told you I want no part of this. Tell Eiling to leave me alone.
If you want to tell Eiling something, go tell her yourself. In the meantime, we have our orders. Nothing personal. It's a little personal with me. I like sticking your face in the gutter. Hold on a sec. We've got company. You're a little too interested in our business, friend. Looks like we gotta teach you to back off when Eiling's boys are working.
Leaping tiger.
Como los controles, maldición. ¡Muévete!
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack me in broad daylight like that? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. I never expected such help from a stranger.
Dame el plete. Lan supuso que necesitabas algo de ayuda.
You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? What a shame. I'll never live this down.
Deja de gimotear o puede que hoy no te libres de la paliza.
Sorry. Forgive me, honorable stranger. I'm not normally so... Well, I'm a bit of a wreck right now. I've taken some pretty bad beatings these past few days. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved in this.
¿Y por qué te atacan esos matones?
Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already seen. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She says she won't stop until I go talk to her.
Debe de tener alguna razón para hacer esto.
She's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, I'm afraid that I'll never come out. At least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose anyway.
Podría matar a Eiling. Eso resolvería tus problemas.
No, don't do that. Eiling and I were friends once, even if it was a long time ago. I don't want to see her dead. Not if there's another way.
Algo me dice que no me lo estás contando todo.
I'm being completely honest, I swear. I know how this looks. You must think I've done something to deserve this, but I have no idea why Eiling is after me.
Dime la verdad, pelado. ¿Le has contado algo a Lan de esto?
No. Lan's very emotional. I didn't want her to get upset. At first, I didn't tell her anything at all. But I couldn't hide my bruises forever. So I told her about the beatings. But even then, I didn't mention Eiling. It's bad enough what's happening to me. I was afraid if Lan became more involved, Eiling might hurt her too.
Problemas de ganado. Quizás podría ir yo a hablar con Eiling.
Thank you so much. Eiling and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to leave me alone. All we want is to live our lives in peace.
Y yo solo que quiero, solo quiero moneditas de plata. Y acá qué pasa. ¿Qué pasa? Cortisana.
These sailors are good for business. At least until their silver runs
¿Qué
out.
demonios? ¿Qué es esto?
These docks remind me of the fishermen in Two Rivers. A shame we will never see them again.
Shipping. ¿Cuál es el cobertizo? Me dijo el tipo este. ¿Será acá? No, acá no es. Cobertizo. ¿Qué carajo es un cobertizo? Rápido. Busquemos el cobertizo. Vamos a matar a Eiling. Oh, qué largo que es esto. Circulan muchas historias sobre los viajes del pueblo del agua, pero una de las más perturbadoras y lejanas proviene del oeste, de más allá del océano de Tempus. Perduran los rumores que hablan de la existencia de una zona en mitad del océano occidental, hostil a las formas de vida. Cuanto más se aleja uno, atravesando el océano de Tempus, más cálido se vuelve el clima. Muchas voces postulan que ello puede deberse a la proximidad con el lugar de descanso del sol, pero tiene que haber otra explicación al margen de los mitos y la superstición. Dignos de mención son los relatos que citan una enorme nube que se eleva a muchísima altura y que es visible para aquellos lo bastante atrevidos como para viajar por los cada vez más encrespados mares de Tempus. Por las noches el calor de la nube la hace brillar y el viento transporta su acre olor. Quienes se acercan demasiado caen enfermos. Los pocos barcos piratas que se han encontrado en la zona estaban llenos de cadáveres resecos, con la piel podrida y de los que se desprendían el pelo y los dientes. En una anotación del diario de a bordo especialmente inquietante, manuscrita con el pulso trémulo por el agonizante capitán de una de esas naves perdidas. Aquel describía un rugido que llenaba el cielo y que atribuía a los gritos de los dioses. El pobre desgraciado terminaba su relato deseando que la muerte se lo llevara antes de que los demonios aullantes cayeran sobre él. Maldita lectura. Creo que debería dejar de hacerlo. Toma mucho tiempo. Gran Tian, vos tenés nombre propio.
Look at all these people here. When my old father told me to come to the big city, he never warned me about the crowds.
En esta ciudad no hay multitudes y casi está desierta.
Back on the farm, I ain't never seen so many people and buildings in one place. Except for livestock. But I guess they ain't people. Or buildings.
¿Quién eres?
My name's Tien, but everyone calls me Big Tien because I'm so big. I came to the city to try to find me a wife. So far, it's not going so good.
Me pregunto por qué.
Say, you're real pretty. You want to be my wife? You could come live on my farm. Chickens and oxen and lots of land.
Ni aunque fueras el último prepucio del universo.
First, working the farm by ourselves. But after you have 6 or 7 kids, they can help out too.
El atrevimiento de este gordo. ¿Cómo te atreves a hablarme así, campesina?
I'm sorry. I don't know too much about your fancy city ways. I didn't want to make you mad. I'm just trying to find a nice gal to marry me and come live on my farm.
Podría ayudarte si el precio es el adecuado.
Price? What are you talking about?
Oh.
I get it. My old father warned me about your type. I ain't looking to buy me no woman. No lady for hire type gals for this country, boy.
Creo que no me has entendido.
I just want a nice, respectable gal to be my wife. One who can help me out on the farm and such.
Estoy demasiado ocupada para estas tonterías.
Okay, well, goodbye then. Have a nice day and all.
Gordo cretino, el atrevimiento. ¿Por qué no puedes darle con las garras? Dicen. ¿Y tú qué me miras? ¿Qué tienes acá? Monedas. Monedas. Dicen. Rapidez, rapidez demoníaca. Acá no hay un carajo. Este lugar es muy grande. ¿Será acá donde está esa maldita Eileen? Posiblemente, ¿qué es esto?
This here's a private club. Members only.
Abre la puerta o la echaré abajo.
No chance. It's braced from the other side. You can't get in unless you're a member.
Tengo que hablar con Eileen acerca de Bay.
Why didn't you say so in the first place? Go on in. They'll unlock the door for you.
Eso fue muy fácil. Imbécil. Monedas. Monedas de plata.
Be careful in here.
Necesito monedas de plata. Madrid. Al contrario que los organizados ejércitos del Imperio de Jade, los señores de los caballos prefieren las unidades de caballería con armaduras ligeras, capaces de moverse con rapidez por el campo de batalla. Al desplazarse con una ágil marea, grupos reducidos de jinetes pueden hostigar al enemigo por todos sus flancos. Estos jinetes, casi todos ellos armados con arcos, pueden sembrar la destrucción entre unos enemigos que no estén preparados. Aunque sus tácticas resulten sorprendentemente eficaces, estos hombres carecen de la disciplina del ejército imperial. Y aunque pueden infligir grandes daños, les resulta muy difícil defender posiciones estratégicas. Por ahora el Imperio de Jade mantiene una incómoda paz con los señores de los caballos y deja que esos salvajes permanezcan en sus áridas tierras, al norte de la provincia de la Sede de los Cielos. Bien. Necesito moneditas, moneditas de plata. ¿Cómo te atreves a interrumpirme?
I hear you helped out Baker Bay today. Gave my boys a bit of a lesson, didn't you?
Tus hombres son ineptos.
They took it pretty hard. Even after all the beatings I gave them over the years, they still aren't used to losing to a girl. Maybe the humiliation will be good for them.
Aléjate de Bay, el panadero.
That sounds like a threat. I don't respond well to threats. Besides, Bay's only getting what he deserves. He brought this on himself. Everyone thinks that Bay and that little seamstress make such a nice couple. But Bay already promised to marry me.
Bay no ha dicho nada acerca de esto.
No, I bet he didn't. Wouldn't want to go around telling people how he left me high and dry, would he? But the fact is, Bay promised to marry me long before that seamstress batted her brazen little eyes at him. He didn't even have the decency to tell me himself. Even now, he'd rather get beaten up every day than face me. Or he sends someone in his place, like you.
Es que te tiene miedo.
I may not be a delicate little flower like Lon, but I don't want to run this gang forever. Someday I want a husband, maybe a little house, kids too.
Hay un gordo al lado de este lugar que está buscando mujer.
He promised to marry me, and now he's trying to weasel out of it. But a promise is a promise. I won't forget that, even if he tries to.
Y creo que es virgen. Aléjate de Bay, o las cosas se van a poner feas.
So that's how it's going to be. You'd rather fight me and my boys than make Baker Bay own up to what he did?
Sí, estoy harto de esta ciudad. Quizás sería gracioso ver cómo el pelado se desenvuelve ante esta situación. Sí, vamos a traer a Bay aquí.
Yeah, okay. If he has the guts to come here and face me, I'll talk to him. But I'm not going to let him weasel out of his promise.
Ahora mismo voy a por Bay. Esto va a ser interesante.
Lan, what are you doing here?
I figure we better get all the secrets out, Bay. If Lon's going to marry you, she should know what kind of man you really are.
She said there was something I need to know, Bay. What's going on? What is she talking about?
Bay no puede casarse contigo, ya se lo ha pedido a Aileen.
What? Bay, how could you?
El ganado se ha juntado, hombre, ¿qué vas a hacer ahora?
It's a lie. I haven't spoken to her in years. Not since we were kids.
Don't pretend like you don't remember, Bay. It was summer and we were sitting on a little raft catching fish. I was upset because Li Shun had called me ugly. I was crying, so you took my hand and said, I think you're pretty, Eileen. And someday when we're grown up, I'll marry you.
La promesa es el que mantenerlas.
But that was years ago. We were kids. We were only 6 years old. You can't hold me to that.
Lo siento, Bay, pero tiene razón, una promesa es una promesa.
Kids say all kinds of things, Eileen. Remember when you took my frog and I called you a bully? You swore you'd never speak to me again.
Oops.
But that same day you gave me the frog back. You said you'd never, ever, ever do anything to make me unhappy. Kids always say things like that. It doesn't mean anything.
It meant something to me, Bay. You were the only boy who didn't tease me, the only one I liked. You promised to marry me, and you're going to keep that promise.
Cursilerías tontas. Sí. Lan y Aileen deberían luchar. La que gane se queda Bay.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, Lon, let's go.
What? That's crazy.
You can't be serious. Eileen would kill her.
Comprobémosla. ¡Lucha!
No! You don't win someone's love by hurting someone else. Come on, Bay. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't.
No. What have you done? By the Emperor, you've killed her.
Está decidido.
Now we can be happy, Bay. Just the two of us.
You monster.
Bueno, eso fue un final feliz para todos.
Bay? No. I'm sorry, Bay. I never meant to hurt you. Not you. You. This is all your fault. Stick your nose
Encima que te he ayudado y me he tomado esas molestias.
You're going to pay.
Te mataré, mujer.
Leaping tiger. Focus.
Con mis garritas locas. Muere.
Meet your
¡Uy! ¡Uy! ¡Ah! Maldita sea, estrella del alba, eres inútil. Bueno, yo diría que eso fue un trabajo bien hecho. Llave del cobertizo. Dios mío. Este juego es especial, muy especial. Ok. ¿Qué hay en el cobertizo? A ver. ¿Qué escondías acá, Aileen? Tesoros. Dame los tesoros, dámelos todos. Mierda. Putos controles. 750 moneditas, sí señor. Esto valía la pena. No, y no, otro atril. Al oeste del imperio de Jade yace la tierra de los espíritus aullantes, una cordillera de escarpadas laderas y desolados pasos de montaña. Pocos hombres viven en estas tierras agrestes, donde la vida en comunidad es escasa. Los que allí residen son curtidos montañeros que dependen de sí mismos y de sus rebaños de cabra más que de su confianza en la naturaleza. Pero hay una excepción a esta regla. En lo alto de las montañas se encuentra un monasterio apartado, hogar de una misteriosa y solitaria orden conocida como los monjes de los espíritus. Ah, no que yo soy un monje del espíritu. Bueno, se desconoce qué función desempeña en su aislado monasterio. Nadie, ni siquiera un emperador, ha logrado averiguar qué oculta su interior. Los monjes poseen poderes extraños, pero viven en armonía con la naturaleza. Tarde o temprano, esas tierras también serán anexionadas y el imperio descubrirá sus secretos. Un día más en la oficina para Lynn la erudita. Un trabajo bien hecho, diría yo. Salgamos de aquí. A ver si queda alguna cosa más por hacer. Uy, mierda. Creo que acá había un par de tipos más para hablar, creo. Barril. Dame. Puerta sellada. Pues tendremos que desellarla. Nombres propios. ¿Dónde? Shipeng.
Hello. You do not need to speak with me. I am just Merchant Xiang's assistant. Perhaps someday I will be Merchant Shipeng, mightiest merchant of Tien's Landing. But for now, I am just an assistant, not worthy of your honorable time.
En eso estás en lo correcto. Xiang. Ay, Dios. Pilluelo, ¿qué tenés para mí?
Do you have a sword?
¿Nadie tiene nada interesante para decir acá? Lincevelos.
Hello there, stranger.
¿Por qué te dicen
I haven't
lincevelos?
spotted you around Tien's Landing before. You've come at a bad time, what with the dam being open and all. Regardless, it's good to meet you. I'm Darting Lynx, the acrobat. Unfortunately, I'm not putting any shows on in Tien's Landing, if that's why you're here.
¿Qué clase de espectáculos suele celebrar?
You know, feats of balance and precision, delicate routines to shock and amaze. Whatever brings some silver, really. I travel around the countryside putting on acts and sometimes teaching people a few tricks. Hey, now that I think of it, you're a warrior, right?
Sí, entre muchas otras
I
cosas.
may not be putting on any shows here, but I could teach you a few techniques to improve your balance and speed. if
Mientras
you're
no me
interested.
pidas monedas de plata. Enséñame lo que puedes enseñarme.
At least you'll be easy to teach. I don't know if you've ever tried to teach a man balance, but it's no simple task. You'd think we'd be the ones having a hard time. I swear, if men had breasts, they wouldn't be able to walk straight, let alone hold a handstand. You, of all people, must be able to sympathize. Nothing we can't overcome. Let's see what I can teach you.
Equilibrio de la naturaleza. 4250. Hija de puta. No, está bien, salir. Hasta que te parió. ¿Tenés alguna misión
Hello
secundaria?
again.
¿Cómo adaptaste el nombre de Lincevelos?
It's not much of a story, really. It's just a stage name I picked up when I first started practicing acrobatics. I was quite young, and my master felt I was a little too fast for my own good. You dart like a lynx, he would say. but you balance like a drunken frog.
Una rana borracha.
He taught me to slow my movements and really focus on what I was doing, but his nickname for me stuck. All the best to you.
Pérdida de tiempo. Tú quieres tu barco, ¿eh?
Stop right there. I gave you 2 extra duty. Get back to that galley and start cleaning.
We don't have to listen to you, Ing. You're a captain without a ship. She's nothing but a landlocked house now.
I will discover a way to free this ship. Until then, you'd better follow orders.
I've had enough of you and your orders.
Now get back in that ship. I'm your captain, understand?
You're still the captain, for now. But if you don't get us out of this town soon, you're going to have a mutiny on your hands. Then we'll see what's what.
Capitán Ing, parece que tienes problemas.
About my men, I don't want to hear it. When Minister Sheng gets the Great Dam closed, we'll be happy to leave. Until then, we're stuck here.
Tus hombres no te respetan demasiado, ¿verdad?
They're good men, but we're all a bit mad right now. The Great Dam is open and the lake that feeds into the river is gone. My ship is stranded here like a lame water buffalo.
Todos tienen dichos bizarros acá.
We don't belong on land. If we could just get our ship back on the water, everything would be fine. But that won't happen until someone finds a way to close the dam.
¿Cuánto pagarías por ver cerrada la gran empresa?
Hey.
No te metas, mujer.
Make a profit from it?
I'm grateful to the lady for her thought, but I am also a merchant, so I understand the way of the world. I'm not a rich man, but my reputation, my ship, and my men are worth everything I can give. Close the dam and free us, and I'll give you all the silver I have.
No pensaría. ¿Cómo puedo llegar hasta la prisa?
You won't get too far if you don't speak to Minister Sheng first. The dam is located in the ruins, but a pair of massive gates blocks the way. Only Sheng has the key.
Pues tendré que hablar con el imbécil así. Volveré cuando la presa esté cerrada y el río no vaya tan bajo y rápido.
Good luck. I'm not used to needing help from others. It's hard for me to say this, but thank you.
Mendiga. Creo que... ¿Qué es? ¿Qué acontece aquí? ¿Por qué te es una flechita en la cabeza? 6 cielos eruditos.
Finally! Someone stronger than these cowed peasants. This town disgusts me. I am Scholar 6 Heavens, and I need someone who possesses great strength and skill.
Pues lo has encontrado.
Mostly, though, I need someone like you, who walks the way of the closed fist. Aid me, and I will see that you are rewarded most generously.
Me interesa. ¿Qué hay que hacer?
I seek the Zither of Discord, an artifact that belonged to Bladed Thesis, the sage who first advanced the way of the closed fist as a philosophy.
¿No podrías comprarte una?
You do not buy academic prestige. You certainly do not buy history. This zither is a link to one of history's greatest minds. Find the zither's case and its silk strings. Bring them to me and we will silence all who refuse to honor my work.
Creo que tengo unas cuerdas de seda en mi inventario. Creo que he encontrado uno de los componentes.
Good. You've made early headway. Find the other and return to me.
¿Dónde puedo encontrar la caja?
A merchant lord named Gao the Greater recently acquired the case but knows nothing of its import. Up the river lies a pirate stronghold where Gao was recently seen. You will have to find a way there if you hope to acquire the case. Perhaps Minister Sheng could suggest a way to reach these pirates. He might even be grateful for your aid.
¿Para qué necesitas esos objetos?
Graded Thesis was a genius, and I am a strong adherent of his writings. I also believe that there is more to the zither than meets the eye, if it were only to be reassembled.
Empezaré a buscar ahora mismo.
Remember, I need both the case and the strings of the Zither of Discord. Bring them here when you find them.
Sí, sí. Hola, Tom. Tenés nombre propio, vamos a hablar.
What do you want? Can't you see we're busy drinking here?
Esas cejas,
Gotta
Tom.
wash away our sorrows.
Penas, ¿a qué te refieres?
It's no fun being trapped in this town. We don't know nobody, we ain't seen our families in months, and now we're stuck here. That'd drive anyone to drink.
Tus cejas desafían la gravedad. Me voy.
Okay then.
Choquete. ¿Esto qué es? Puerta sellada. Bueno, voy a hablar con ese ministro y al carajo. Rápida como el viento. ¿Dónde está el ministro? ¿Dónde está el primer ministro? Ah, en la plaza esa que está en la loma del culo, la puta madre. ¿Qué carajo hice tantas misiones boludas acá? Se me acabó la... Otro borracho.
Pretty.
Hoe afweer zijn ork van hier ook. Ook zeer safeet kup wasarkier.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Qué educado el borracho.
Koni onayu tashika will fonil sataraponi?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
¿Qué tienen para mí? ¿Qué tienen? ¿Alguien? ¿Nombre propio?
This is bad. Oh.
Silencio. Silencio. El anciano güey.
Hey.
¿Eres tú, viejo chivo? ¿Has revivido? ¿Quién eres?
I'm Wei. Some call me Old Wei, but that's because they don't know Old Chan. If I'm old, he's ancient. He's at least a week older than me. Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the people in Tien's Landing. Most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood.
¿Tienes un hermano en Dos Ríos? Porque está muerto. Creo que ya he ido bastante palabrería para una vida entera.
Away with you then, youngster. Turn your back on Old Wei.
No tienes nada que decir, nada importante. El diablo. Viejos chivos. Chivo mercader.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine day to you. What can I sell?
Ah, con la verborga de vendedor. ¿Tienes mapas de los vientos?
I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing.
Entonces no me sirves.
Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's Landing, they took all the wind maps with them.
Yeah.
There are those who say, but it is not important.
Confiesa. Cuéntame.
Some say that Death's Hand is collecting all the wind maps and destroying them so that only he and his minions may travel freely about the Empire. However, I do not believe such talk. I believe firmly in the goodness, kindness, and wisdom of our Emperor and all those around him.
¿Alguna vez has pensado que el emperador podría no ser del todo bueno?
Absolutely not. How dare you question our beloved emperor? Absolutely not. Please stop talking to me.
Ah. ¿Tú qué tienes?
Konio nuyu, kokiyir tatasina. Sun puno onuyusir taikunpa ibnano pir ni wonu.
Un mercader que no puede proteger sus propias mercancías es un mal mercader.
Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarwail shaksir finupifu. Owo sair uyukap tantarundano, wowo tarwair shafir owo.
Oh, está en el otro lado del mapa ese, la puta madre, gordo.
Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarwail shaksir finupifu.
Has hablado de esto con las autoridades.
Wonowir efuir uk sunorkfonir sir sisitu. Sata afsowir uk napir aniyir ninpir. Usosir uthak tarwair shafir owosu.
Si te ayudo, ¿habrá algún tipo de recompensa?
Onuyuir napair wo kwair shapshir fan onuyusair ikupan.
Yo me encargaré de hablar con Tango.
Wo kwair ano uyu, kubkithir soso wawer wakwakir towir wo. Wo kausoir no ka wowo tarwail shaksir finupifu.
Ok, ahora tengo que hablar con...
Lord Yun has put out a call for aid. Will none of you answer?
Primero tengo que leer el atril. Recopilación de los insultos y humillaciones sufridos por el ministro Shen a manos del atrasado pueblo de chozas de Descanso de Tien. Mancharon su sombrero, le robaron un pergamino antes de dar un discurso en una reunión de la comunidad. Amenazaron con saña a su gato, colocaron hacia atrás una silla de su mesa, le pillaron el dedo con una puerta no una sino 3 veces. Un agresor desconocido le lanzó un huevo. Mierda, ¿dónde está? Le robaron el carro, lo llenaron de ropa sucia y se lo devolvieron. Niños de corta edad se burlaron de su cara, chafaron su valioso arbusto arbóreo. Se sugirió que lleva a cabo actos manifiestantemente impudios consigo mismo. Le obligaron a soportar las interminables y mezquinas quejas de la gente. Lo acusaron de utilizar cabello falso. El honor de su familia fue puesto en duda. Sufrió el ataque de un enjambre de abejas que lo dejó incapacitado. Su reputación fue calumniada por bandidos. ¡Bandidos! Un perro del lugar evacuó sobre uno de los zapatos del ministro. Un mercader visitante le entregó como regalo unos huevos de tortuga. Se sugirió que su linaje tenía su origen en una mera cortesana. Se utilizó la palabra maloliente para referirse a él. Resbaló a causa del fango del suelo que sin duda había sido puesto en su camino por los envidiosos habitantes del lugar. 2 marineros quemaron su despacho. Y eso me dio experiencia. Ok. Shen.
It is not easy to be Minister Shen. Beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger. Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Sheng simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own.
¿Y de qué eres, ministro?
The Ministry of Harmony, which oversees taxation and execution, usually in that order. But poor Minister Sheng oversees nothing in this dying town. Nothing but failure. This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision.
Fascinante. ¿Por qué se ha abierto la gran presa?
I have nary a clue. Unless... very well, you've convinced me to talk. It is dangerous to say anything, but I am a brave man. It was that horrible Inquisitor, Lim. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam.
¿Por qué hicieron eso?
Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea.
Hay algo que pueda hacer yo.
Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the great dam. The gate to the ruins is locked, but I have a key.
Dámele. Ahora.
I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the great dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me.
¿Hay alguna recompensa?
Not for me, certainly, because I never asked you to do anything, right? Now, I happen to know of a ship's captain down on the water.
Sí, ya he hablado con él.
Who is trapped here.
He hablado con todos en este maldito lugar.
Rotting in his hold, I am sure he would pay a good sum to anyone who could close the great dam. Of course, being a stranger, he'd not be able to tell you that you'd need to go through the ruins which lie through the west gate. Tourists rarely know the lie of the land, you see.
Eso que pusiste en mi mochila era una llave.
What are you talking about? I haven't given you anything. Although I will need that back when you're done. Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell you that the ruins can be reached by heading across the footbridge and out the west gate of town. It wouldn't be proper.
Por casualidad, ya que estamos, ¿no sabrás algo sobre naves voladoras?
Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you.
Rue, ¿quién carajo? ¿Dónde puedo encontrar a Rue?
Rue announced 3 days ago that he was
ya sé cuál es. Está bien.
First he stopped at the tea house for a bowl of wine. As far as I know, he's still there.
Okay. Ha pasado hace poco una flota de naves voladoras. Uy, se me fue la voz.
We saw a large fleet of flyers pass by. The Minister Sheng held out hope that they had come to escort him away from this demeaning post and back to the Imperial City. But the flyers never stopped in Tien's Landing. They headed upriver towards the pirates' camp. No doubt they went there to refuel, though where they are now, I could not say.
¿Qué puedes decirme de esos piratas?
The pirates are just one more affliction that plagues this troubled town, and yet another headache for poor Minister Sheng. They raid the surrounding countryside, swooping down with their flyers to capture slaves. Do you know how bad it looks when someone under my jurisdiction is captured by slavers? Fortunately, they haven't attacked the town itself yet. Gao, the man I hear is running them, knows that would draw too much attention.
Dice que el que manda es Gao.
Yes, I believe that was his name. Gao. An unsavory character by all accounts. There are even rumors he is connected to that infamous crime syndicate known as the Guild. The pirates have been operating in this area for many years, or so I was told. However, things became much more serious when Gao took over.
Maté a su hijo.
The pirates started using flyers and gathering slaves at an enormous rate. I imagine things are very unpleasant over at their camp. Not that I'm willing to go take a look.
Cobarde. ¿Cómo puedo llegar al campamento pirata? No, creo que eso ya lo pregunté. Y nadie ha tratado de detenerlo eso.
Are you accusing Minister Sheng of neglecting this problem? It's not that easy. One can't simply point and say, the pirates are over there. Well, actually, one can. But the only approach is by river, and no sane bargeman would be willing to risk such a journey. Sane people don't go looking for the pirates. They avoid them. I I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk.
Sí, ya me dijiste esto. Adiós.
Yes, yes. Go and leave Minister Sheng alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the great dam, and I never said that.
Ok, entonces tengo dos cositas para hacer. La de los piratas y la de las ruinas. Supongo que es...
Will none of you brave the great sun? Are there no warriors among?
Es acá el lugar.
Do not.
Entonces vamos a ir al maldito bosque meridional primero.